and it is the most beautiful square in the world. Yes, it is. Don't laugh at this. It is. It's my tour. I decided. So it is surrounded by the town hall, the king's house, and these 300-year-old guild houses. The origin.
So this is the town hall. It was constructed in 3 periods. The left side here first, the right side, and in the center tower. It's 130 meters tall with a 5-meter tall statue on the top. This is the king's house. It was for a duke who was very powerful at the time. And these other buildings are guild houses. They're like unions, you could say, trade unions. And they were really, really powerful. That's why they were located here. When King Louis XIV stormed Brussels and destroyed almost all of it, actually all of it, they were able to quickly rebuild. That's why you see the dates here, 1698, up there 1697. Within 5 years they rebuilt everything that was destroyed by King Louis.
Guys, I was talking about the guilds, right? When their beautiful houses were destroyed, they rebuilt them, and from that time they gave to their houses names. So every house here has a name, and you can find symbols on every facade that represent this name. Let's do that together. Do you see this house over there? This is called the Rose, and in fact you can see a golden rose upon the door. Yes? The house right next to it, behind me, it's called the Golden Tree.
Golden tree.
Exactly. Actually, it's a brewer's house. This is where you'll find the brewing museum. So Golden Tree is a metaphor of Mother Nature providing beer to the world. So thank you, Mother Nature. And in fact, you can see golden leaves on the columns of the facade. Golden Tree. So, right next to it, you have the Swan's house. I think it is kind of obvious. I will not explain that one. Yeah, we love to give names to houses. It's a game to play. So, the Swan's house is really famous for 2 reasons. Do you know Victor Hugo? The French writer, he wrote Les Miserables, and not the musical. There was a book for that. Okay. He also wrote Notre Dame in Paris. You know that? The Hunchback of Notre Dame of Disney, the Disney movie, right? So he was in exile from France because he was in a big fight with Napoleon III, and he lived in that house. Okay. And I love this guy because he said, Brussels, it rots. He didn't say it like this, obviously, but that's what he meant. Okay. Do you know Karl Marx?
Yeah.
Of course you know him. Yeah, he was also in exile, and he also came in Brussels to live. So we can say that Brussels was a bit underground in the 19th century. Okay. There was a bit of Berlin going on here. Okay. So he wrote, by the way, the Communism Party Manifesto in that house. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't care. We have it, okay? The house right next to it is the Star's house, and you can see a golden star on the top of the building. And under the columns of the Star's house is a monument dedicated to a 14th century local hero. And I want to talk about him right now because this guy is very important in Brussels history. He's a huge hero, okay? And especially now, it means a lot for this city. Okay, so I will first get there.
Make a wish and ensure my return.
The thing is that they have Belgium, okay? Belgium has 3 regions. Dandois is really good. That's my advice. And I don't have any convention on that. I'm just like
The best place for Belgian cookies.
I don't know if you know this. Like I said, we don't have the recognition for anything. But Belgium created comic books in the 19th century. Okay? We have created comic books. So in the world, you have 3 main countries for comic books. You have, the first place is Belgium, then you have Japan, and then you have the US. The US has only the third place, okay? Just that everyone knows about them because they are very popular, you know? The American culture is everywhere. In Europe, we're very American, okay? So Batman, they have the superheroes, so they are very famous, that's why. But in Belgium, we have like loads of things, okay? We have given to the world Tintin, Asterix, you know Asterix? Lucky Luke, I don't know if you know it. The Smurfs. Yes, the Smurfs are Belgian. No one knows about that. Like I said.
That's something to be proud of.
The Manneken Pis is our national symbol. Woo! And in those times, actually, we say Manneken and peace. Okay? So it's really like a symbol of what happened this week. It's also the third most famous statue in the world. I am not kidding. So number 1 is Statue of Liberty, of course. Number 2 is the Christ in Rio. And number 3, yes, it's crazy, but it's true. Okay, it's also one of the biggest disappointments in Europe because it is so much smaller than you expect, right? All the pictures that you've seen in your guidebooks, they were clearly taken with the zoom. Okay, it's like the Mona Lisa when you go into the Louvre. You're so excited because you're going to the Louvre. Okay, you're going to see the Mona Lisa. It's like your dream come true. You touch Everard's statue. That's why it merged with the exchange of Paris, Lisbon, and Amsterdam to create the first European stock exchange called Euronext. But with the crisis, it didn't work that well. So it was swallowed a few years ago by the New York Stock Exchange. So now our headquarters are in Lower Manhattan. I am not joking. It's crazy. This is modern economy, right? That's why it only occupies the half of this building. I'm talking about this because the other half, they want to turn it into a temple of beer. So this beautiful building that looks like a Greek temple where you pray gods, right? It will be the temple of beer. It's crazy, okay? This is cool. I'm not going to talk about them that much because it's not that interesting, blah blah blah. Michael is an angel who appears in the Ancient Testament and he fights the devil, the dragon. And Gudula, she's a local nun. The only thing that matters is that when the relics of Gudula were brought in a little church on this hill, this little church was renewed in a massive cathedral. Guys, it took 270 years to build this thing up. Imagine that, generation and generation of people. We're not doing that anymore. When we're now building something, it has to be cheap and it has to go fast, okay? That's why I was talking about personalization, okay? Because we need to preserve those buildings, because we're not going to build them again. It's done, okay? 270 years, it will not happen again, okay? So the thing is that this is Gothic architecture. In the Middle Ages, you have two styles of architecture. You have Romanesque architecture and Gothic architecture. Romanesque is everything is fat, everything is large, it's more easy to build. Gothic, everything is so thin, so subtle, with a lot of ornaments, gargoyles and so on. That's why it does take such a long time. You can see that they were inspired by the French. That's why it does look a lot like Notre Dame in Paris. Can you see that? Yes? Mm-hmm. Okay. So guys, this is our main cathedral. It means that our kings and queens, they get married here. I don't know if you know that, but we had a new king 2 years ago. Of course you don't know that, we're talking about Belgium, who cares? Obviously. But our king is called King Philip. And I know that in the US or in France you have presidents. We don't have that here. We only have prime ministers. And to have a prime minister is a bit boring, okay? When we have a new one, we're not like, woo, woohoo! It's like, okay. Can you change the channel? Okay, we don't care.